High School Game Night brought to you by JD's Pazzo Pizza in Ephrata.
Hello and welcome to the High School Game Night Halftime Show. I'm your host, John Buffone. It's week 4 of the LL football season. Section play has arrived and so have all the rivalry games. In just a few minutes, we'll catch up with LMP's Jeff Reinhart in the studio to break down all the action. But first, we have the newest athlete of the week. Plenty of good candidates, but who took home the honor? Take a look.
The newest selection shone brightest even among some incredible performances on the gridiron. This week's winner, Conestoga Valley quarterback Tanner Schwelk. After just 3 games this season, Conestoga Valley's senior quarterback Tanner Schwelk is dominating through the air, passing for an LL League leading 1,003 yards, plus 15 touchdowns, which is far and away the best stats by any quarterback in the league this season. Now keep this in mind, Schwelk just took over the reins of the Buckskins offense in his senior season, having only thrown a grand total of 3 passes last year.
Tanner's been doing a great job. I mean, Tanner stood on the sideline for 3 years behind Grant and had to become a student of the game, and in the long run, that was a good thing for him.
I'm very comfortable. I'm very confident in what I can do and then what the team can do on offense, especially. But like at the beginning of the season, I mean, I was confident in myself, but I wasn't I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. But now, since I see what's happening and how we can play football, my confidence is really high.
He knows where the ball has to be thrown, and he gets the ball out on time. And that's the key in our offense, is to get the ball out on time. He's been doing a great job, knock on wood. Hopefully he keeps doing that, and we keep playing as well as we have offensively.
We want to win the section. That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping to make the playoffs, hoping to have a winning record for the first time, and God knows how long. But we're just hoping to make the playoffs this year.
CV currently in the mix for a playoff spot in the 5A bracket as they put their 2-1 record up against 1-2 JP McCaskey in week 4.
We'll stay tuned to the halftime show after the break. Our high school football correspondent Jeff Reinhart is going to give us his take on Conestoga Valley and whether or not he thinks Garden Spot is for real. It's all coming up in just a minute. Stick around.
High School Game Night brought to you by JD's Pazzo Pizza in Ephrata.
Welcome back to the High School Game Night Halftime Show. I'm John Buffone, and as promised, I'm joined now by Jeff Reinhart of LMP. Jeff, it's here. No more 20 games to sift through. Section play has arrived.
Finally, week 4, always my favorite week. Rivalry games. These games really count. Looking forward to it.
This is when the action really kicks in. Well, let's start in Section 1. I want to talk about Conestoga Valley. They looked great in non-section play. Barely edged out by LS last week. They're kind of living on the edge the past couple of weeks, you could say. But they got some real playmakers on this team. How will the Buckskins fare in Section 1? Can they hold their own?
Definitely, and I have them down as a dark horse. I mean, everybody's going to talk about Wilson and Township and Hempfield and Warwick, and rightfully so, but CV can absolutely compete. Back-to-back overtime games. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of the LL. I've been looking around all week and I can't find it, but beat Solanco in OT, craziness. Lose to LS in OT, more craziness. Tanner Schwelk's been really good, and Coach Novak told me in August, he said, not a big arm, he's just going to, not make mistakes,
efficiency.
Be efficient, and he's been unbelievable. And it's not like he's airing it out and throwing it 40 yards down the field. He'll do the underneath stuff and the little slants and the quick hitters. Tyree Stead, amazing. 16 catches against LS last week, 22 catches, leads the league. Jose Barbone picked up a couple more scholarship offers this week. Eastern Kentucky offered, St. Francis offered. We said this a couple weeks ago. All it's going to take is one big name D1 school.
And then the floodgates will open.
Then the floodgates are going to open. He has lived up to all the hype. He's been fantastic. Schwelk has 1,000 passing yards already in 3 weeks.
3 games.
1,003, 15 touchdowns. He's been amazing. So their offense is a handful. Don't have a really reliable go-to running back kind of kid where if they got to kill some clock late or pick up a 3rd and 1 somewhere, they don't have that reliable back yet. They've gotten everything through the air. Definitely a dark horse. Got to win the games that they should win and then give the Wilsons and Townships and Hempfields all that they can handle. If CV stays healthy and this offense keeps clicking, they're a handful.
And, they've been in close games already, so they're already kind of battle tested.
Yeah, they're chiseled already, no doubt.
So let's drop down to Section 2 real quick. Another team that's kind of been popping up on the radar a little bit, Garden Spot. Just a 1-2 record, but the offensive stats are off the charts. If the Spartans can get on a roll, can they hold their own in Section 2? Because this is a brutal section.
Oh, big-time brutal section. Yeah, #1 offense coming into week 4, averaging just about 550 yards a game. That's unbelievable. I talked to Coach McDonald at E-Town this week, and I said, boy, this section, crazy. 5-3-0 teams already. And he said, and the other teams, and the first team he mentioned was guard spot. He said, guard spot. He said, they're 1 and 2. They don't play like a 1 and 2 team. Cameron Roth's just been unbelievable. We figured in August that this kid was going to have to make a lot of plays, and he has 900 passing yards. He's been great. Jacob Arndt, the wideout, has become a really reliable kid. They get the ball up and down the field at just amazing. 56 points last week in a win, a big win that they had to have coming into section play. Tricky game at Solanco Saturday night.
They could easily be 2-1 after that week 1
They
game
could be 2-1. They lose to Wyo late, and then their defense fell apart and they lost to Warwick. But guard and spot will be tricky, like CV up in Section 1. Spot could be your dark horse in Section 2.
No free passes in Section 2.
Zero.
That's for sure.
And effort has even been better.
Oh, right.
Effort has even been better.
Well, let's finish with section play because it does kick off this week. A lot of interesting section races. Section 1 could be as open as it ever has been with Wilson having 2 losses. Section 2, as we said before, brutal, up and down the schedule. But Section 3 also kind of weird right now with some teams not playing up to par. What section race are you most looking forward to?
The short answer is Section 2. Section 1, the storyline will be Wilson. Can the Bulldogs keep their streak going? It's at 64. Can they make it 65? Can Township hang, Hempfield hang, Warwick hang? Yes.
Maybe.
Section 3 is all upside down. Picked Danville Cleona down, and here they've won 3 in a row coming into this week, and they're playing great. Lancaster Catholic struggling mightily. Might have to rethink the Section 3 picks, but Section 2, top to bottom, just absolutely phenomenal.
Completely unpredictable.
Five unbeaten teams coming into the week, and the one team that nobody talks about is Cedar Crest out of Lebanon County. They're 3-0. They get Efforty here tonight. Could win that. You know, they're looking at 4-0. Their schedule's back-ended. They get the Manheims and Cocalicos and the Solancos later on, but Section 2 should be unbelievable. Said it in August, say it again. Don't be surprised at all if that ends in a tie.
Or tri-champions.
Could be tri-champs again like 2 years ago.
It's
Maybe. It would not surprise. Section 2 is going to be great, John.
Seems like every Section 2 game feels like a playoff.
It does, and it's a big rivalry. I was at Cocalico in E-Town this week, and the practices just felt different. The pads sounded different. The coaches were screaming a little louder. Love Section 2 LL football. It's great.
Probably the most fun section in the LL to watch every week.
No doubt.
All right, Jeff, well, thanks for joining us again this week. We're going to see you again next Friday. And don't forget to check out Jeff's work at LancasterOnline.com or just give him a follow on Twitter at JeffReinhart77. Well, that'll do it for the halftime show. Thanks for watching. And just a reminder, High School Game Night's post-game show airs tonight at 10:30 with Chad Landers and Brian Cass. But for now, we'll send you back to War Memorial Field for second half action between Ephrata and Cedar Crest. We'll see you next week.
Crest.